Yesterday was a Sam Bankman-Fried tour. He went around the world via Zoom. What did he say? Yes, we knew Sam wasn't going to get out of the Bahamas, didn't we? He wasn't going anywhere. He was just going to go ahead and have his way in the Bahamas. Luxurious, sit back, answer some questions. We're going to go over that news today, as well as, again, Tether is getting more and more scrutiny here on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome, everybody. My name is Troy, and today I'm bringing on producer Emmy because just like all of us, some of the words that came out of SBF's mouth is pissing us all off. But every day we go over SBF because that's the hot ticket. But before we jump into him and other different articles, hit that subscribe button. See, she's so mad. She'd rather not use that finger. She has another finger for him. All right, let's jump right into it. Emmy, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So we've been listening to Twitter Spaces.
We have.
Hosted by Andrew. There's been a lot of top crypto sleuths out there that are figuring out what's going on. Actually, there's a ton of influencers, and they have Sam Bankman-Fried on. It's their day. Today's crypto day, which you're talking about people who know what they're talking about, versus yesterday was all the media that he
paid, grease their palms. Yeah, everyone wants to be Internet Nancy Drew on this one, but a lot of people were having some very good questions for him, and
so if the what you've heard of Sam Bankman-Fried and some of the interviews he's had, if you were to close your eyes and say this man was the head of FTX, the second largest exchange, and head of one of the biggest VC firms, Alameda Research, what would you describe that mannerism, the voice, the professionalism out of that?
kind of like a child.
So we're talking about a little less than $30 billion of assets that he handled, many big investors that invested in those firms, as well as all us little guys that put money into an exchange, right? Would you think that he would be running the company?
I don't think I would let him run my vacuum cleaner.
Wow. Are you saying he's going to have issues plugging it in?
Yeah.
And hitting the fucking on-off button?
It's a Dyson.
Oh my God, it's even easier.
Yeah.
It's kind of incredible to think that this guy he was managing billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then for him to say that, well, I mean, I own Alameda, right?
Yeah,
I own it, but I have no clue what's going on there, right? I have no clue that funds are cycling.
It's my company, but whatever.
So I mean, we put up the first article here, and it's just it actually hurts. It hurts. What is it? You go ahead and read that.
Okay, so this article here says FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried on crypto's giant collapse. A lot of people got hurt. That's on.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of quotes we could have taken. There's a lot. I mean, he was on Good Morning America. He was on, CNBC, or, he was on everywhere yesterday.
Anywhere and everywhere.
To say the same words over and over and to say it's on me, you think that if you had $100 on his exchange, would that be the apology you're looking for?
No, not at all.
If you had $1,000 on his exchange,
no.
Okay. If you had $1 million on his exchange,
Dude, I'd be out for his head.
Right. Yeah. So we've already seen a few people out there that lost millions of dollars. We've seen other people that have now decried that their life savings.
I think this is the play. I'm just a young kid. I didn't know it was what I was doing. That's the play. That's what he's being told to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But is that the excuse? So are you saying that because he's just turned 30, if he had just turned 50, then he should go to jail? But since he just turned 30, he gets a get out of jail free card.
Whether he has an excuse or not, I think he should go to jail.
Yeah.
Whether he's 30 or 50 or whether he's young or old. Either way, he's trying to say, I didn't know what was going on. I My bad. Okay.
All right. So then let me ask you this. There's a couple allegations that have come out, and he's already said that he had given absolute tens of millions of dollars to the Democratic Party. And obviously the big E word, which we don't want to say because we'll get shadow banned, happened just last month, literally less than a month ago. Do you think that the bankruptcy court should claw that money back?
I would love to see what happens if.
That's a scandal in its own self, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go one step further. I mean, right now he's on Crypto Spaces, right, with Mario and Ran and a bunch of people that are grilling him.
Yeah,
Chet,
like literally right
Chet
now.
Long,
Right
Chet
now,
Long is grilling him
right now as we're filming.
Right. We've been listening to it, right, for the last hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we haven't even scratched the surface because, you know, when this broke and he went right to bankruptcy, and then all of a sudden all his money disappeared, and then all of a sudden I can't find all my files, or not all my files are there. The other allegation is that money was being siphoned through the big U, and then it was dropped on his exchange, in which ended up in Alameda's books.
Yes.
Right? Which meant, and then it, of course, then you take those funds and then you, right? It, you know, if I'm looking at this, I think that's a little far-fetched. Not for you. It just tied it all together. I mean, you have that New York Times has this little soiree, right?
Yeah.
And Sam Bankman-Fried is there, and Janet Yellen's there, and a lot of political Democrats are there. But guess who else is there? Zelensky from the Ukraine, who's in a major battle.
Happened to be at some expensive dinner party.
Right. Connect the dots are becoming more interesting. And I'm kind of happy that now the House of Representatives, the House, has really flipped, because we're going to see who really is involved, or is the R's just going to play the same game all the way through? Because he said he had given money to both sides, yet one of his little wallets said he hated Trump. It was called Trump lose. Trump lose. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's too much of that's not handing the R's any money.
That's also illegal though, right? Because if you're funding the D's, right? Yeah. If you're actively giving money to the D's, but you're also creating a coin that says Trump lose.
Yeah. Well, it was a wallet that he said Trump lose.
It was just a wallet.
It was a wallet. No, it was a wallet. So I think what happened, if you just think about it, you know, common sense wise, you had a wallet. You funded the fucking wallet. And then you funded that wallet, got funded to the D's.
I see.
It was a wallet that he used. He pulled money aside. Money? Now, he can say all day, well, I borrowed the money, because he did borrow money. He borrowed billions of dollars, by the way. So did several different employees. One employee got $600 million. You know, he had to buy a car. Okay. What do you do with, can I borrow $596 million? Oh, yeah, what do you need it for? Oh, I want to buy a house and a car. Well, yeah, well, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't think we have $596 million we want to give you. Oh, but we have customer funds. Let me use those.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we're sticking on this. We're going over some of the bigger issues here. But again, I'm going to go over to end this segment of OG Crypto and NFTs. A lot of people got hurt. It's on me, bro.
Stupid.
It's on me, bro.
All right, next.
Well, next isn't even better, right? Rising Tether loans add risk to stablecoins, crypto world. Guys, again, we need to figure out if Tether is whole. If Tether is a stablecoin, it's backed $1 for one Tether. It's backed evenly. If they have, I think their worth right now is their market cap is $68 billion, meaning that they have to have $68 billion in cash, in cash, not in equities, not in, other investments.
IOUs.
IOUs on a napkin. I saw it in Dumb and Dumber. That was smart. Nobody wants to. Deltec Bank, who is the major holder of this money, won't even come out and say it. All they said, and we ran this yesterday, the video, right? Mm-hmm. We have the money. And we're not going to give you a balance sheet. We're not going to have an auditor audit it, but we do have the money.
So, I'm going to end this segment.
Go ahead.
Silence isn't.
FTX collapse draws Senate scrutiny as lawmakers push for crypto oversight. CFTC Chairman Rostin Benham, who met with Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried several occasions, who didn't ask for his balance sheet or any of his information, and kissed his Fannie Mae. Now he looks tough. Now you're tough, bro. Now you're tough. It's almost like, oh, I fucked up, so now I'm gonna go overdo it, right? Right? At least this guy is actually opening his stupid ass mouth. We know your favorite, your boyfriend,
Big Boy,
GG baby, Gary Gensler,
Gary Gensler, yeah.
Egg Boy. We know he hasn't even opened his mouth. He doesn't care. So. You go ahead and continue.
Okie dokie. And continuing, Apple forces Coinbase to disable NFT transfers in wallet app. So Apple has begun enforcing its 30% tax on NFT transactions, and Coinbase is not with it. Covered that Apple is trying to enforce these taxes on a prior show of OG Crypto. It seems pretty hefty, and we can see why Coinbase is absolutely trying to not have to pay that tax. Obviously, how are they going to be able to make anything off of these transactions if the tax is that high, specifically just from Apple? So I think it'll be kind of interesting to see how this continues. If someone as major as Coinbase is going to be having issues with Apple, I wonder what other companies will join and possibly not use Apple for these types of transactions. So, I mean, I guess we'll have to see, but
yeah, well, Apple unfortunately has a monopoly.
Yeah,
and that's something that I think will start being addressed in 2023 and 2024, because they're not artist friendly, musician friendly. They're not any friendly. They're just money friendly.
They're tax friendly. Yeah, that's all they're really looking to do. So I think if enough companies as big as Coinbase are just kind of like, hey, we're not going to use you anymore, maybe we'll see some kind of difference. But until there's some sort of group of people lobbying for a difference, I don't think we're ever going to whispers.
Yeah, we need to have we need to actually have another company that comes in and has their app, and then you have to go, okay, is Apple, who's making phones, the smartphones, right, the iPhones, going to allow that application on their phone? So that's a whole nother thing. So it's a control issue.
Well, yeah, and then you have people like Elon, you know what I mean, who's willing to go all the way head to head and make their own phone. So I'm just curious to see what's going to happen and who's going to go tit for tat. So.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate all the time you spend with us. We're out here trying to get as much information. Now we're going to go back into Twitter Spaces and listen to SBF and his 12-year-old mouth and say nothing.
Yeah, we love the tea. See you later, guys.
Take
Bye.
care.